from the Buddhist perspective, which is my background, so to say, when we talk about openness, when we talk about well-being, contentment, a basic happiness as human beings, this is directly linked to our minds, to understanding our minds, because happiness really is something which arises from the mind. It does not arise from external circumstances as such, actually. You see, external circumstances, material things, our surroundings, even our relationships to people, they can be conditions for happiness. They can be conditions for pleasant experiences and contentment, but they are not the actual sources of that from the Buddhist perspective. The actual source of contentment and happiness lies within ourselves, within our own minds. I think as human beings, as the Dalai Lama would often say, a statement that actually comes directly from the Buddha, he would say all sentient beings want to be happy and don't want to suffer, right? All sentient beings, meaning all human beings, all animals, every living being that has a mind wants to be happy, wants to be content and fulfilled, and wants to avoid the opposite, doesn't want to feel unhappy, discontent, and have problems. Right? That's a very basic aspiration that each and everyone shares, that we all have within us. And it's something very intuitive. It's something that we might be rather unconscious of maybe most of the time. But actually, if we really check our day-to-day actions of body, speech, and mind, behind every single thing that we do actually lies this motivation of wanting to feel good, wanting to feel happy and well, and not wanting to feel bad, not wanting to suffer, isn't it? From the moment we wake up in the morning, actually, what's the first thing we think? Coffee, cappuccino. If I get a cappuccino, I'll be okay, isn't it? And our second thought is phone. Did somebody write to me? You know, what's going on? Our actions of body, speech, and mind are immediately steered in wanting to feel good. We get up out of our bed, we go to the bathroom to relieve ourselves from suffering. And every single thing we do, every conversation we have, it is motivated by this wish of wanting to feel good and wanting to be happy. But given this situation, we very rarely actually stop and ask ourselves the question, well, what actually is happiness? What actually is well-being? What kind of happiness am I actually looking for in my life? What quality of happiness is it that I would like to experience in my life? Do we want just some short-lived, kind of incomplete temporary happiness that is there just for a short time and then goes away again, that doesn't last? If I ask you, who of you wants to be happy only for today and tomorrow finished? Who of you wants to be happy only for this week and next Monday finished, finito? 1 month, any takers? I think it doesn't take too much to see that basically our inner aspiration, our striving is to feel happy all the time. A happiness that doesn't run out ever. Basically, we want to be happy and well forever, actually. But rarely we check and ask ourselves the question, well, what causes such a happiness? Is it achievable? What brings it about? Where does it come from? And since I have had this wish for happiness for all my life, basically, have I achieved it? From the perspective of Buddhist psychology, as we can call it, a sense of lasting, true inner contentment is possible. A sense of inner happiness that never runs out and is with you all the time and doesn't go away anymore is something that can be achieved, but it's not something that comes from outside of ourselves as such. It comes from within our own minds. The potential for that already lies within us right now. It's about how we work with our thoughts and emotions, our attitudes. It's about how we work with our minds.